Okay, this is my first ride the pattern that I'm helping with, so bear with me. I have a great demo rider, so I really appreciate that. He'd make it look a lot better than I ever could. So I guess some basic things I kind of want to go over is really read your rule book. That's going to be your best friend. That has all the penalties that you need to know, what equipment is legal and what is not legal. If you have any questions, most of the time the rule book can answer it. I will also do my best to answer if you guys have any questions after we finish today. So yeah, I guess we can run through the pattern once, and then if anyone has any questions, then maybe run through it again. The trail is supposed to kind of mimic ranch life. You know, you want the ranch horse appearance from head to tail. You want to be really efficient. That's kind of one of the big things, being really efficient without it being sloppy. Like the gate, for instance, you really want to kind of get through that quickly and efficiently. In theory, you would have cattle in there, and you don't want the cattle to get out. So you want to kind of get through there clean. But a big thing for me is if your horse can't do something, don't force it to do something it can't do, and just take your time. So I guess if you're ready, if you want to run through it once. So the pattern says that you're going to walk over this bridge and then walk over at least 3 logs. It doesn't matter what order you go over them, as long as you go over 3 of them. That was a nice lope departure. You're going to lope over this log, trying to get your timing so you don't split this log. That was really nice. Then if you come around here, you're going to break to the walk. Try to make it nice and clean, a nice solid break. We don't want any slide marks when you stop. We do have the rope out. All you have to do is carry it. That's all that's specified. There's been a lot of confusion in this pattern right there because you're facing the wrong way and you got to come out this direction. All you have to do is get turned around. So whether you pivot or you walk a little loop, it doesn't matter. You're not going to lose credit. You just want to get turned around so you can do your next maneuver. Trotting through these obstacles, your horse, you want it to be guidable, really quiet, and really just kind of show off that when you put that neck rein on, that your horse is going to go ahead and move. You're going to lope around and break to the trot. It does say extend the trot around this tent over here. So make sure you're showing your trot. Really extend the trot over that log. Make it look nice and pretty and clean. And then you are supposed to collect the trot before you get to the gate. So make sure you show that part of your pattern so you don't leave it out. Again, here's your gate. Make sure you're set up and it's an efficient gate. Again, take your time though. If your horse struggles with it a little bit or you might struggle with it, don't get yourself in a jam. Really take your time through it. Again, backing up through your L or U, make sure you take your time. Make it, again, efficient. But if your horse needs a little help, try not to run over those hay bales. And just like he did there, all you have to do is get out far enough that you can turn and do your side pass through your logs. For your ground tie, you're going to hop off. You can go grab a beverage from the cooler. There's probably going to be a lot of questions in your ground tie. You are allowed to hobble if you need to. That is within the rules. What to do with your reins? You can unhook your rommels. You can leave them hooked up, drop a split rein, do any of that stuff. The only thing you can't do is slide both of your rommels over your horse's head and then drop them on the ground, leaving them both connected. That's a little dangerous. If your horse hooks a foot, something can happen. So that was a really great demonstration. He makes it look really easy. So I guess if anyone has any questions, we can go over those and then maybe do the pattern again if everyone wants to see it again. Okay. Come over this way.
After the side pass, what should we do?
Okay.
Like side pass, get off, side pass, walk up, get off.
Yeah, okay. So the question is, on the pattern it's drawn that you walk to the windmill and then get off and do your ground tie. This pattern is set up to kind of mimic the pattern, but it's not measured or precise. So the windmill should be pushed back a little bit more, so you will end up walking to it.
Side pass and then walk.
Yes, side pass and then walk to it, yes.
On the pattern, it said there's like drinks in the cooler. Is that true?
I was asked if it's true that there are drinks in the cooler. I believe that will be true.
Could you repeat the question?
Yes. Yeah. Make my way down. Will the cooler be that far away? No, it will not be that far away. So you don't have to make a sprint for it.
What's your preferred way to do that?
So the question is, when you're leading your horse out, can you unclip your opposite rein, swing it over their neck? Yes, you can. I like to do that with my romels. I'm really picky with mine, and I hate twisting them. So if I were you, I would be doing that, unclipping it and then leading them out like that. So.
Does it matter what side of the branch it goes on? Figure 8, does it matter which side of the branch? Like he went through on his right when he came on the right circle?
Does it matter which side of the branch that you do your figure 8 on? I don't believe so, no. As long as you can pick up your rope.
Yeah, it does not.
Okay. Yeah, as long as you can pick up your rope correctly, get around, and then when you're done, hang it up correctly. It doesn't matter which way you do, which side you're on during your figure 8. Does that make sense? Okay.
Run through it one more time.
Yes.
Can we carry our own rope? Because in the branch riding they did today, but or should we use the one that the show provides?
Can you carry your own rope, or should you use the one that's provided? You can carry your own rope, but because it says in the pattern that you're supposed to pick that one up, then you will be picking up the one provided. Hey, when you walk up to the cooler, do you have to get a drink? No, you do not have to. You can just walk up to it. If you need a refreshment, you can definitely grab one, but you don't have to. I'm really getting my workout in today.
Will this be set up in the Coliseum to practice?
The question is, will this be set up in the Coliseum to practice? No, it will not. So this will be up until 6 o'clock today, so you can practice out here all day if you want, but it will not be available in the Coliseum.
Do we have to open the cooler, or can we just walk up to it? Or is it gonna be open?
The question is, do you have to open the cooler when you walk up to it, or can you just walk up to it? I believe you can just walk up to it. Okay, so the question is, if you're riding in a romel with your right hand, and then you're also picking up the rope with your right hand, what do you do with your romels? I would say that you probably want to put your romels in your left hand, put your tail and reins, just so that your right hand is free. That way, you know, if you want to wave your rope or anything like that, you can, and then it's not going to get tangled up in your romels just for ranch purposes and efficiency, if that makes sense. Anyone else? No, you do not have to open the cooler. Okay, are we good? All right, if anyone comes up with any more questions, we're going to go through this run one more time. I think a couple people want to see that. And then if you come up with another question during it, don't be afraid to ask. Like they said at the beginning, there is the crisis fund. If you guys are willing and able, if you could donate to that, that would be great. I think in the past, the ranch events have actually gotten the most, more than any of the other Ride the Pattern events. So if we could keep that tradition up, that would be awesome. So if you're ready, if you want to go again. Great, so like I said before, you only have to go over 3 logs. It doesn't specify which ones, just at least 3. So the first time he took a different route, and this time he took a different one. So go over one that really sets your horse up for success. That's really the main goal, is how well can your horse do each of these maneuvers, and how well do you help them do these maneuvers. Again, he had a nice square transition. That was really nice. So to keep in mind, again, what can your horse do successfully? If your horse can trot kind of a tighter loop, that is considered a higher degree of difficulty. So you can definitely try it. If it doesn't work, if your horse is not capable of doing it, don't do it. Make a bigger loop, right? Like I said, the main goal of this is really set your horse and yourself up for success to make the prettiest pattern you can make. That was a really nice lope departure out of the trot. You know, his horse stayed in frame. Again, you want to have your horse in frame, technically. You don't want your horse over bridled by any means. But again, you want your horse to look really pretty. This is a performance event as well. That was a really great transition right there. He's really challenging his extended trot, so that was really great. That was a nice clean transition, really clear. Again, the idea is, would I want to ride this horse on the ranch? That's kind of what you're showing. Is my horse guidable? Does it move forward? You know, does it have the ranch look? Am I going to have fun on this horse? That's kind of what you're looking for. So, you know, try to make it as clean as possible, but really help your horse out and have fun yourselves, because that's what you're here for, is to have fun. So all of that was really crisp. I mean, the gate, the back through, the side pass, it was so crisp that I didn't really have time to talk during it, so I didn't try. Came over to the windmill, got off, did his ground tie. Again, that windmill will most likely be pushed down a little bit more, so you will be walking more towards it. This is just kind of an example of what the trail pattern will look like, but it is not measured precisely. So that was a great ride. Thank you.